Okay. So after a week, maybe on like the evening, later in the day, on the seventh day, you guys all get comfortable in the house. This being a bit more of a long-term plan now. Having enough room to live, sleep, enough room to practice, if you guys so choose. Pretty spacious area downstairs. Um, the next day, on the eighth day, Gale, you would finally get to meet this Balin character.
Balin.
Uh, and so you would approach like interested in the job query.
Yeah, trying to get some more information. Let them know that we have a group that might be interested, depending on what it is.
You would enter a few good kegs. This kind of ruddy tavern. Sitting off in one of these side booths, you'd see this like blue-skinned, complexioned, maybe half elf. Does not look full Triton, but yet doesn't look like full elf. A half elf of some kind. A little bit of a beard, sort of a long hair, sort of tucked behind the ears. This like green sailor's captain's jacket, fine like tunic underneath, like a big belt. He'd have this like pistol that's like kind of in a holster on his chest. This like musket, all the little musket pistols, also like gunpowder pistol.
Hmm.
A rapier on the side. Looks pretty young, maybe like early 20s, maybe mid 20s. Kind of hard to tell with half elves.
Yeah.
Um, have a handout. He'd introduce himself, Balin Colazo. Whoa.
Is he like sticking a hand out for a handshake, or
I mean, probably. He's pretty humble. He try to get like a firm grasp of a handshake.
I guess Gail would try to meet that then, not doing the like dainty, like hand thing. She's actually like trying to give a handshake.
And he would definitely just like look at you as an applicant. He'd probably start with a few questions, like what would you have to offer as a mercenary or a blade for hire? What are your skills?
Um, she'd be like, "Well, I'm not necessarily uh, the skilled fighter of the group, but we do have a couple. We have one that uses two swords. We have a very skilled bowman. Um, we have another. Well, I know Phineas used sword and shield. Aelody doesn't use shield, right?
Not that you've seen, not in the past, 2.5-ish months, almost 3 months.
Um, so
She's a
we
lot
do
of spell
have,
work.
yeah, we do have two other individuals, and then I guess three, including myself, fairly skilled magically. I saw that that was also a requirement you all had,
Yeah, that is
and I make sure to extra like blow my hair around.
these good skills to have. These are good skills to have. A whole group, not what I was expecting. I was hoping to hopefully meet one or two, but a whole group. It's just me and one of my companions at the moment, looking for new hires. 5 is a lot, fair amount, sizable, doable. Uh, okay, well, we, the Esquires, we are, long story short, we are monster hunters of the region. We are known to cross blades with humanoid folk from time to time, but we try to stick to monster and Delvers keeps everything cleaner, especially for paperwork. You wouldn't believe.
Hmm, hmm.
I would need to meet a whole party. I'm sorry, can't offer a whole party a job. If you yourself would like to solo apply, we could talk about that, but group evaluation would be a little different, of course.
Yes, of course. I was more just trying to get some more information for my companions. They didn't they've already found some other things to kind of occupy their time at the moment. I figured I would look into this for us.
Well, we're about to head on a trek in the next day or two. Come back, ask here. Have a few good kegs for me. Come and go.
You're more looking for a permanent hire more than a one-time job kind of thing?
Oh, yes. We're looking to expand ranks. The Esquires is a brand. We're trying to build it back up.
Build it back up, you say?
Yes, our ranks are a little low. Trying to bulk the numbers.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't really know the Esquire name too well. But it sounded nice.
Yeah, fair enough. Perhaps we could talk more at a group evaluation.
She's like, God, I'm really not getting any info from you. Okay. Thank you for your time. Maybe we'll be back with my companions.
If not, good meeting you. He goes back to
Gail.
his Gale. Right, yes.
She's like, not gonna give any other name, but
All right. What would Gale like to do with that information? As everyone else on the 8th day would probably be going about their jobs or some downtime activity, hanging about the house possibly.
definitely let everybody else know. Like, it doesn't really seem to be like a one-time job thing. It seems like they want like a permanent hire. But they're monster hunters. You know, I feel like that could probably be a good in maybe to Garther, potentially. Maybe we don't need the whole group. Maybe just two of us or something. If anyone else is interested.
Shouldn't
Presenting this at dinner. We'll
Oh,
I
see.
didn't realize I was muted.
I mean, should we all take it along?
Yeah, I'll go.
This is like
I was
the
I
opposite
mean,
of
yeah,
laying
that's
low.
true. That's
Yes,
true.
it is. It really is.
I mean, they're
Brett's
no
curious
name
about
though.
the mage tower. Like, assuming
Nobody
you heard
really
of it.
knows of these people.
But that's kind of putting all your
True.
eggs in one basket. If we're just like, hopefully being monster hunters
True.
will get us the connections we need. Like, it's kind of a gamble.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we don't all need to do it, and it also seems like maybe they don't want 5 new hires right at the get-go. But I feel like if we had one of us, one skilled fighter, one skilled magic user, I think that would be a good duo that they might be interested in.
I mean, it's like a cool job and all, but like, how's that supposed to help us with what Professor Lady Captain Man told us to do?
It's totally got a point, Gail. Captain Professor Liliana told us to like just get settled in and just lay low.
Mm-hmm.
I just think if we're looking for a guy who is knowledgeable on monsters and creatures and things, trying to get into that line of work would be the best path.
So, not to be a damper, you understand. The last time we didn't lay low, someone, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
So do we want to keep not laying low? I'm just saying.
I mean, it's not like we're hunting monsters in the
Did you
city.
clarify that? Was that did they
Mm.
state that specifically? No monsters in the city.
I mean, yeah, if
I
you
mean,
want
are
to
you
hunt
used to seeing
monsters,
monsters around?
Yeah,
you can hunt
It's
wasn't
pretty
used to
monsters.
quiet
seeing
all
monsters
week.
around anywhere until going to that one place that we all met at that we're not supposed to talk about.
I'm gonna move my token down to the dinner table.
I will say, since it's day 8 here, we'll say everyone has at least worked the whole week. Everyone besides Gale and Marius, go ahead and add 6 gold to your inventory. And then Marius, roll me 2d6.
You said 6 gold?
Yeah, all of you get 6 gold from your paychecks.
Oh.
I'll say maybe that also like equals out, some of you like equally pitching in for groceries and stuff. So 6 gold is like you take home.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure you don't work every day.
Yeah.
9.
9. You get 9 gold, Marius. It's been a pretty solid week.
Nice.
Nice.
I was
Should
wondering if there
know.
were any Mage Tower events happening within the anytime soon.
There's not too many like this week or two, but you know that the week of Winter's Veil, there is like a Mage Tower event going on between some of the like bigger teams, like some exhibition matches taking place.
Cool. Sorry, I thought Benny was going to say something.
Oh no, I was just coughing.
Oh, I mean earlier.
Oh, about Mage Tower?
Maybe.
I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. So, do you guys know the implications of Mage Tower, by the way? That's what Aelity would be saying.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's, I guess there's certain games that you can play essentially, but essentially it's to the death.
Wait, like for real?
Yes, like you will die. Yes.
That's not how we played it at school.
Let's do it right now. Let's go.
Sign me up. All right. Gonna become a professional Mage Tower group, and that's all this campaign
Sorry,
is.
you guys call that laying low?
I call it story arc.
You did hear
I
the
call that
last
blending.
event. The last event was essentially a death match. You don't know if
Oh,
that was the regular season or the standard events,
Yeah.
but that is that is
yeah.
a game that can't be played around here.
Yeah, she just took that and was like, no matter if you play Mage Tower, you're gonna die. That's what she said.
For sure, I get that. I love that.
Where it's like, the tournament rules state that you can't purposefully injure other players. Like he's like running through the rules in his head, like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah, well, this
We're
isn't the
not
same
at
kind of like.
school anymore.
Yeah, they call it a university, but this isn't like this. This isn't a school, so I guess they play it a little different.
And they do it for honor. What kind of shit is that? Sounds awful. They just shit for honor nowadays.
Well, I mean, I still want to hear more about it. I might check it out like after rehearsal tomorrow.
All right, well, if you want to see the stadium, we can. Would there be a Mage Tower game playing right now?
No, there's really not much anything. Like there may be like pickup games or something like that, but as far as like planned events, the next ones aren't until like pretty close to Winter's Veil. That's when some of the exhibitions are.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he can get some tickets for the game, and I don't know. Maybe there's a pickup game going on. I don't know.
It's true. Yeah, well, if you want to check out the stadium, I'm down to check out the stadium.
Let's go.
We'll
to
like
the game.
find a time that works.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah. Let's check out the massive stadium later on. It's everything you would think, very similar to the Strixhaven Stadium. Maybe modeled after it. Maybe Strixhaven is modeled after this one. Maybe it's a standard build, but this one's a little more lavish. It's probably just as big, has a lot of seats, open top. Yeah.
Are we there now?
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys like stopped by at some point, sure.
I think Aelity would talk to Gil. If you really want to do that, I'll come with you. I will help you.
Are you good with the sword? I mean, I know Phineas was. We're kind of seeing you working with magic lately.
Hmm.
It seems like they kind of want a sword fighter as well.
Just take what you can get.
I mean,
Sure.
maybe we'll be fine. I don't know.
You just hold the sword.
Yeah, does that work? Can we just hold the sword?
They'll never know.
I mean, they're gonna evaluate us, so
Well, maybe if we just show them that we're strong enough without a sword, we'll be okay.
I mean, yeah, maybe they'll be fine with just our magic. I don't know. I'm just letting you know. I'm just warning you. I already kind of told them I'm not good with a sword, so
That's fair. I just don't want any more people dying. And if you're going to do something, because I feel like you're going to do it regardless of what we say. So I'd rather you not die by yourself. So I'll come with you. Just don't be stupid, please.
yeah, no, I'm not trying to get killed. I just think we should get in the line of work for the guy that we're looking for. That's all. I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. I mean,
We're
yeah, it's
hunt-
monster hunting, but like
Say that sentence again, Gail.
Okay, look.
Exactly. 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 We're looking for somebody, and if we die, guess what we can't do anymore? Can't look for them. So just keep that in mind. I don't want you going out by yourself. That's why I'm offering my assistance. But just don't do it by yourself. Be smart. And if they say you require a sword and we're clearly magic users, it's for a reason.
I don't know. Their ad was a little. They said like a sword user, but then they also said like knowledgeable on magic. So I don't. It's like, what do you want?
You probably honestly, you roll an insight on this if you want. She'd probably be taken back because that's what Phineas was, her and Phineas. And she'd like, damn, I kind of wish I had his sword right now. But,
I think she'd be too busy like trying to defend herself.
but yeah, just be smart. Don't do this alone. And unfortunately, if everyone says it's not a smart idea, then it's group consensus and listen to the group. Don't go off on your own. Don't.
Well, fine. We'll take a vote then. If do you guys not want me and Aelity to go and try and do this?
I don't want to do this, but if you go, then I'm going to have to do this.
I mean, that's one
I think
no.
it's a bad idea. I personally.
I'm fine. You could do
Like,
it. I'm not going
what
with
if
you, but
you
you could
just
do it.
what if you just like wait until it's like established that they are like friends, you know, as opposed to now when no one even knows who they are?
I just like nobody else has any leads, right?
Nobody thinks what I
Been here for a week, Gail. Been
um
here for a week.
What's the
We're just
problem with
trying to
me
get
going
things
down
set
this
up.
path?
I just established
Hey, look,
regulars.
we're just getting in the swing of things. It takes like
Yeah.
more than a day.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Oh yeah. By the way, I need your portion of rent.
I'm sorry?
How much?
Thought that was a gift.
That's not you. Are you
13
living
each, I
here?
think?
I don't even think you're living here, right, Chad?
Not really. I just kind of come and go.
Well, that's fine. Yeah,
I'm real
you're fine.
transient.
Sometimes he stands in his closet with his stuff.
I'm just protecting my stuff.
That's fair.
I always try and keep
We're
it
more of
small.
a storage unit for you. That's fair.
Yeah, basically. Can I leave my shit here?
Yeah, how much is it? What did you say? Was it 16 gold per person?
I mean, to
was
cover the
60.
basic costs, it's 13. But since you're in charge, you tell them whatever number you want.
Fucking A, though. That's 20 a pop. I'm just kidding. It's not 20.
Insight.
I mean,
They're
whatever
still
you
cheaper
want.
than like some of
This is how the band breaks up.
This is, and this is how I make gold. What's up, baby?
Aelity becomes a landlord and we try and save the world.
Hell yeah.
At least kind
Nah,
of
you just do the normal 13. Yeah.
I
13.
just got his money.
Is that for like the rest of the month?
I think so, right? It's
Yeah.
13 gold a month.
Yeah.
That's pretty
13 golds
fucking
for each
cheap.
of you.
That's what 92 minus.
It's half my
Rent
income,
split
bro.
Let's
5
see what-
ways, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. 5 ways. Am I gonna charge Marius? Well, yeah, storage unit. The fuck? Hell yeah.
He picked his room. He picked his
Wow.
chair. He can sit in it.
Prime, if I see anybody else in my goddamn chair, it's fine.
I'm gonna lose my
I
shit.
lose my goddamn mind.
I paid 13 a month for that fucking
Alright,
chair.
I paid it. And stop looking at my
Closet, you
stuff.
asshole.
I'm gonna sit
All
on
right.
your bed. I'm gonna lay down on your bed.
Did, so-
Gail.
Don't you touch my drum set.
did
Scale
someone
hands
touch my
over.
ball?
Scale
Okay,
hands
I'll take
over
off
the
the gold.
gold. She's
Yeah.
like, I get we're trying to be careful, and I do want to be careful, but we've been training, and I think we're pretty capable.
I pay him in all my copper and silver pieces.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
There's clearly gold in there, but I'm like digging around that. There we go. I'm sure I got a few more in there.
I just put that shit in a cup.
Sorry, I just hate carrying it around, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
Makes me jingle.
Yeah, Mary's has stripper money from all of his performances.
So those might be a little wet.
Ew.
What do you do, Mary?
I think at a tavern, beer gets spilled. What the hell?
On your tips?
Yeah. It's a Ruckusy
Whatever.
show. I get on the tables. Gets the people going.
Why do I feel like you wash your money off? I feel like taverns are dirty.
Yeah. Never thought about that before, actually, until just now.
You're welcome.
All right, so what's the group consensus again? No monster hunting?
Rosa.
Yes, monster hunting?
I said
Why
no.
you gotta monster hunt so soon? Maybe just have like a normal job until Professor gets back.
Yeah, what if we're the monsters?
And why do we need the monster hunt to find Garther? Why Why is
I
that
mean,
such a big thing? Why can't we just ask people? Why
I mean,
can't
if
we
we're
just
out,
walk around? And
because if you
Well,
start asking people, people are gonna be like, "Why are you being so nosy?
so you
We
get
don't
to know
know you.
people.
Who are you?"
That's why
But
we
if you
have to
just
get them to know
naturally
us.
happen upon them in the line of work, you can have a
I
normal
don't know, man.
conversation.
Like, I just don't know if that Garther guy is gonna be walking in being like, "Hey, I need monster hunters on a pretty regular basis." So
Well, even if that's not the case, it's probably gonna be good money, right? And like
How much?
surely getting
They
some
didn't tell you?
connections in that industry would well no, they really were like tight-lipped on the whole thing because like they want to evaluate us and like
how about we just take a couple days, like 2 or 3? Maybe we all just kind of carefully put out the word on Garther. And if no one's getting anywhere, and Gail still wants to go, then you can go hunt some monsters, I guess. Worst case, it'll drum up some drama. Maybe people will be like, hey, you're staying with Gail. What's up with that?
Hmm.
Or we can all forbade Gail from going, and Marius will kind of like stand up.
Mm. It just
Fair.
seems high risk, low reward
That's
at the
fair.
moment.
Also, at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop you, and either is anyone here. So if you really want to do it, you can.
Hmm.
We're just trying to figure out the best plan of how to reach out to this guy. And I don't think monster hunting is ideal.
well clearly we don't share the same perspective.
We never have.
She looks off into the corner finishing her dinner. Sipping her wine.
Oh, yeah, you can do what you want. But just, no, don't. Like I said, just don't be stupid.
I'm not gonna be stupid. Throws back at the glass, finishing her wine. Grabs the bottle, pours more.
That's exactly
Clearly
her mom.
sulking. Everyone's against her. The world's against me.
But I don't know. We can, and we don't necessarily have to ask crazy questions. Remember, I can disguise myself as anybody. It's not one of those things where we're fishing with no line. We can get answers. We've gotten answers before. Like, you
Look,
Do
just
you
I'm not
want
gotta.
gonna.
some of us to go with you and then like maybe they'll tell us more about it and we can just get some more information? Cause like it just doesn't line up with the backstory of the character I'm playing here. Cause I told all my friends at work that I got in a fight with my dad and I promised him that I was gonna make it big in theater and that's why I joined this company. Everyone's really eating it up.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. And if no one else wants to, I'm not gonna go. Not doing it alone.
Well, I don't think it's personally that we don't want to. I think that it's just the last time that we didn't listen to what we were told to not do, and anyway, it went really poorly. So I think that we're trying to make up for some past mistakes.
And like you can always join later. Like I don't think this is the only opportunity.
Yeah, like who knows how long we're gonna be here, Gail?
Yeah, exactly. Finishes the glass of wine she just poured.
Listen, I know that being a normal person sounds awful
Alright.
to you, but I promise you'll get used to it.
I'm gonna go to my room. And she's gonna use fly just to float off to the room because fuck it. She's like, I'm done with today. Goodbye.
Leaves all of her dishes just there. She just
Yup.
flies.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it so
No,
much.
takes the
Damn.
bottle. Takes the bottle from the table.
God damn it, Gail. Pick up your shit.
The first of many arguments to come.
Gail's the worst housemate.
You guys are finally learning.
That's right, you live with Mina.
That's so funny. You guys are like, it's like, is Mina a slob or a saint?
You'll never know.
That's so funny. All right, so it sounds like Gail isn't going to do monster hunting. What's Gail's profession of choice? You got, a lot of options. Yeah, imagination's the limit. A lot of different occupations here.
Fuck. She's gonna try and find some way into some fancy retail shop. Stick with what you know, girl.
Ooh, roll me a D100 and call the high or low on it.
Always high, baby. Fuck.
You find an opening at a general goods shop. It has good pay. You don't have to work too many hours just because it's open 24 hours a day, so your shifts are like kind of crazy. But it kind of works.
She hates it.
It's not like,
She
like
puts
a
up a good front at
terrible,
work, but she
like
hates
it sells like good products, like high end like supplies, some like basic stuff, but like it is like an upscale, like general, like goods, adventure goods.
It doesn't matter. It's not monster hunting. She hates it. She is a good worker though. She doesn't like pout at work, but she's not happy with off the clock.
So you're basically just like a clerk here. Let me look at my list. I probably should look at the last. You are a clerk at Yonder and Back Supply.
Yonder and Back Supply.
Oh, hey, was that like fancy place I played with? That was like a bar for orcs, right?
Bobo's. I mean, that felt like the vibe, and that was a lot of the staff here. There were like some orcs here, but again, like that was like the gimmick of it was like it's like this place built for like ogres, and like because that's their
Okay.
mascot is this like ogre, or maybe like a half like ogre. Like it's hard to tell in the depiction. It's very like caricaturized.
I speak orcish, but I'm not gonna let anybody know.
Ooh, that's good. You probably hear some fun bar talk from the workers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everyone finding their job. Everyone's sort of like getting into the swing of things. A few more weeks would pass. We'll say about 3 weeks will pass. So each of you add, would that be 18 gold pieces to your inventory?
Nice.
And Marius, roll me 66.
Oh my. Okay. Roll 5 and 1. 25.
And with the holiday season, I'll let you re-roll the one that you rolled.
Ooh.
Santa?
Happy New Year.
As it's getting to Wintervale.
Another one.
Get one more time.
Okay, sick.
There we go. So that's another 4,
20,
so
29?
29? Yeah. So you get 29 gold, Marius.
Hey. It's your boy, Captain Deep V.
The weather changing. Light snow falls on occasion, doesn't stick too well, doesn't linger too terribly long. Cold, bitter winds begin pressing through. Winter Veil is fully set in, even in this coastal city you guys find yourself in. Life has gotten kind of normal, kind of boring. None of you have picked up any hints of chaos magic. No detect magics or pinging. You guys do begin to build like a loose profile on Garther the Wise. You would learn that he's a like an older, like maybe even elderly half orc. Very reclusive, hangs out in the Lapis University. All of his research and experiments and studies are again funded by grants and loans and funded by even sometimes the university itself. So he hangs out there, orders a lot of food in, doesn't really leave too much. That's kind of the most you're able to just like loosely feel out, even in just like these weeks you guys are going about your day-to-day lives. Anything particular from you guys as again a few weeks are beginning to pass? You guys have now been here for a full month, as Wintervale is, we'll say, thematic reasons, like a day or two away. Gail's birthday is on Wintervale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Gail's birthday in Wintervale, the Galevale as we like to call it, is maybe just like a day or two away.
She hasn't said anything about it. If people bring it up at all, she's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would anyone have decorated the house in Wintervale fashion?
Yeah, I think Aelity would.
I don't
She
think
felt
Brett would
kind of
think of
bad.
it, but he would like to help. Also, Brett has been doing like trying to swing by the stadium and do pickup games and get to know the local Mage Tower community.
Good point. Yeah, like I was saying, if you guys stopped by, you would see that it's a pretty good sized stadium. Again, very similar to Strixhaven's, like maybe the same size, maybe a little bit bigger, hard to tell. Yeah, there would be like just a lot of pickup games. So yeah, you probably would begin to like mix it up with some of the locals on some of your days off.
Yeah.
Matt, just real quick, where did you say he likes to hang around again? My bad. Garther?
Oh, he's almost always at the Lapis universities.
Okay, thank you.
Here, I'll move you guys to the world map, the city map, Port Star Sail. So your guys' home is here.
Okay.
Oh, here, I can do that. The Mage Tower Stadium, very close. There.
Okay.
And you can see that Star Sail itself is sort of like built up on like some plateaus. And sort of on its own lone plateau in the center here is the Lapis Universities.
Okay.
It's like this collection of spires and towers and turrets.
Sweet.
The X is our home. Where's the Mage Tower? Sorry.
Is right.
Oh,
over
right here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you guys are pretty close to it.
Nice.
I think Aelity would 2 things. Go to I think try and find a picture of what he looks like. Garther.
Ooh. Roll me a D100, high or low, my good sir.
Go high. Fuck. 4 lows in a row.
you get like a good description of him. He has this like sort of balding with like a rim of hair that goes around this like bald spot, sort of hangs down. These like spectacles he has to wear. He's poor eyesight. Usually in some like not really fashionable, but more like durable and like functioning like leathers and not really like robes, but like kind of like long and lengthy, but like short sleeves usually. Almost always has some sort of scrolls, tomes, or books. Usually, almost always like working. That's what you're kind of told and assuming, anyways, since he's always at the universities.
Okay.
Definitely half orc. Kind of scrawny. Again, old, elderly.
Okay. Sweet. I think when everyone was ready, I would gather up everybody when the time is right. Because we're trying to find this guy, correct? Essentially.
I mean, like in short, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to find like a reasonable means to contact this guy.
Right.
Because again, you guys aren't sure if this figure could have been involved, because everything on their skill set and resume would point to they could create a creature like the Mage Hunter in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
But if they're not involved, they could have valuable knowledge on like how to defeat these things, possibly.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this double-edged sword. You guys aren't sure where he falls.
So maybe those monster hunters wouldn't be the worst lead. They're just hunting some fucked up creation.
Damn. Out of game, you're right. 100%.
Oh my god! What?
sure.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm playing
please,
my
yellow
character, Maverick.
No, yeah. I
Again.
love that everybody's disagreeing with Gale, because it's perfectly going with what I was already wanting to kind of happen anyways. So
Be a hater.
I'm loving it. I just thought it was funny.
I just keep casually putting it out everywhere I play a show. Keeping it low key.
I love it.
Whoever drinks with me. You guys ever heard of Garther? Heard he was a big fan. Just want to meet him.
You're probably the one that learns that he orders a lot of like food, like takeout from places. And maybe if you like pursued that like kind of thread, you would learn that the food takers are sort of met by these receptionists of the Lapis University, and the food's taken from there like to the actual person it's delivered to. So like that's like one piece of knowledge to at least get on campus reasonably.
I'll pass it on. I'll be like, so this is what I've been up to. A little bit of stalking. And I'm pretty sure he's on Lapis campus, if I said that right, and I think we should go there.
I mean, we can see what the security situation is like, at least.
Yeah, if we could even get in, if they'll let us. And
That's true.
it
Maybe we
seems
could all
like
try.
maybe something we'd kind of like need to have an appointment set with him, possibly.
I mean, if we could just get to the campus. Maybe make sure he's there. Yeah. Or I guess I could just go inquire about it. So, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do that. So one of those days, like the next day, I'll go to the campus and just be like, can I have an appointment with Garther.
You would like be met like because
That's what he wants to do.
there's like a lone bridge that connects
Oh.
this like spire it's built on. You know, as you would approach, would be a few guards. They're in like fairly nice attire. It's kind of like robed with like some metal paulders and like gauntlets to match with like a light metal shoulder piece over these long robes. They sort of like step up, spears in hand. They're like question you, like you know what exactly your purpose was for asking for a meeting.
I'm just a pursuer of knowledge, and it's just a field that I'm studying, and I heard he's the best, and I wish to speak with him. Maybe you could just pass on a message. I mean, it doesn't have to be today.
They would pass off like a mailing address where you can write a letter to inquire to the actual like offices itself, but they would deny you access on campus with that.
Okay. I assume it's this bridge.
Yeah, so you're basically being stopped like right at that entrance, basically.
How long's the bridge? Can I tell?
It looks like a couple like 100
30
feet, maybe.
A couple 100 feet. Okay.
Like it's like a good length, maybe 200 feet.
And there's like no obstacles. It's just straight.
Yeah, it's pretty straight. There's like these like middle like support spires, like these giant like legs that just jettison down to like the water below. Little support, little like almost like checkpoint. There's like a guard that's like loosely standing around there, and then the next end looks just as equal as this entrance, but two guards standing on that end. Well, 5 guards set up here.
And then one of these food trips, do they drop it off with the guards, or do they get to go across the bridge?
If you were to like head out and maybe over the next like couple days, like getting close to Wintervale, and you just kind of like followed and like checked out one, you'd see they show up and they would like hold out like the actual like food order and like hold out like some sort of paperwork, the guard giving a nod, and they would pass on through, get to the other side, step off to like what looks like this main spire that's like loosely in the center, walk into the large entrance, and probably like sit and watch. And maybe it would take a little bit of time and see him finally leave, begin to like meander out, no food or anything in hand, maybe 5 minutes later. And then they would make their way back out.
Well, the first day I would just write a letter just to start that bureaucracy, and then I would tell the group and then stalk, and then maybe suggest like we could try and get in on one of these food places, get across the bridge, or we can just keep trying to find him, or maybe we could watch in shifts. He's got to leave at some point. And Gale can go hunt the monster.
And this is like Wintervale's Eve. Maybe Marius is letting all you guys know this. It's like getting kind of later at night. Everyone got off their shifts early. You guys have maybe been having Winter's Eve dinner. And we'll say just thematically, maybe this is the 1 month anniversary since you guys like kind of really got settled here.
Yeah.
Gail's probably hardly touched her food.
What? Gale? I literally bought all the expensive stuff.
I'm so hungry.
This should be like tolerable for you.
Yeah, are you sick?
Do you want to fly yourself to your room for a bit?
I don't know.
Guzzles
down another glass.
You can't drink your dinner again, Gail. All right, fine. Brett, how's work?
He tell you about the latest like scandal that the crew's talking about. So what Brett's been trying to do, like his idea for joining like theater was like if there are any I didn't know what this guy's personality was like. So I was like, I don't know, maybe he's into theater and he goes to performances. We can meet him. But it doesn't seem like he's into it. But Brett tries to ask about any important figures, like coming to see whatever shows they're in. Like, hey, did you
Ooh.
hear if there's anyone interesting coming tonight? Like anyone famous?
Oh yeah, I mean over this month or so you've been there. You've learned of the 5 favored families. There is the Cold Shores, the Quests, the Waken, the Rissa, the Colazo family. Uh, you would hear of like if they're coming, if they're not coming, that would be like a large talks and like who would be there, who wouldn't be there. Um, you would probably hear gossip of like Balin Colazo and how he's like throwing caution to the wind and like doing this like wild mercenary blade for hire, like completely throwing away the Colazo like family business of candle making and like bookbinding and like their influence as a well-established family over the years.
Oh.
And like over the weeks, you'd probably easily be able to connect that to the Balin Colazo of the Esquires that Gale bumped into.
So Balin's been coming to the shows.
He has
Or
probably
someone
come
from his
to
family.
he's probably come to 1 or 2, but you probably have seen at least once or twice show up, at least or especially as like Wintervale's gotten closer and closer. You've probably at least seen Kara Colazo. Kara Colazo. And again, you probably have seen like a few members of the other houses, or like maybe like have heard maybe that they would be coming. The actual speaker hasn't come, but no one else of like large repute. You'd probably hear some drama of some of the guilds, how the sea caller's office is underfunded, and they need a lot of help, especially during this time. But everyone's going to work at the stores and not the docks, and you'd probably be able to relate that to what Kellen is saying, how it's like it's just work all the time. It just never stops. They just move me around, and it's just there's always work. It's like Kellen like almost works for Amazon, basically. It's just like you can work whenever you want, as much as you want.
Wow. Huh. Well, zooming back in on dinner, I think Brett would try to get a little something more substantial out of Gale, and also maybe into her off her plate.
She would eat the bread rolls.
Bread makes you fat? I guess he'd ask like, are you sad you're not home for the holidays?
Ding ding ding. We have a winner. She's very drunk at this point.
I'm gonna just try to replace your wine glass with another bread roll. In your hand.
No.
Did you think that like running away from school wouldn't take this long, I guess?
I don't know what I thought. Yes, I just didn't think it would feel this bad being away from them. I've never
This is
been
your
away
first
from them for the
time?
holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could do some special stuff that'll cheer you up. Besides drinking.
Mm.
You want to play some
What?
Mage Tower?
Nothing. That's
Yeah, did I manage to get
definitely
tickets to the game?
not laying low.
Ooh, 15 gold a ticket if you wanted to get it for the Wintervale exhibition.
Whew,
It's
that's an
tomorrow.
expensive ticket.
And that's like a early, like Brett would have got wind of it like the minute like they came to release, basically.
Yeah. He would have gotten himself one for sure. And then I imagine Phineas would want one, right? Or no, because Phineas isn't around.
Does Aelity care about Mage Tower?
Shoot. Nah, not really.
So maybe he just got himself one.
He would go if offered.
I mean, he'd ask. He'd tell you guys he's planning on buying his ticket today. Like, he probably would have been real excited about it and been like, right after work, I'm going to stop by there. I'm going to get a ticket. Do you want a ticket? Like, he'd totally pick it up for everyone. He just doesn't, he doesn't have the money to cover for everyone. Sorry. He's not Elodie.
Yeah, I'd go
Yeah, I'd go too.
to like a
I don't think
fun.
Gail would go.
I'll give
Okay.
you 15 gold.
Yeah,
15 gold from everyone that wants to go.
I'd go. That sounds fun. How often are
Brett,
you
if
here?
everyone got one except for you, Brett probably would have gotten one for you. He has enough money for that. Oh, it was gonna be a surprise.
For
Surprise.
Gail?
Yeah.
Right.
Tickets to the game tomorrow, just like old times, special times, watching the
I told
game,
you I
eating
didn't
fresh
want to go
food.
to the Mage Tower. Fine.
Yeah.
Where's that bottle? Where'd
Happy
it go? she's gotten up looking for another bottle.
Jesus Christ. Is this what we're rooming with? Stop sulking. Takes
Just
the
let
bottle
me
away.
process.
You've been processing for weeks.
So wrong.
Takes the bottle. Get up. Figure it out. And let's go to this damn Mage Tower.
No, it's tomorrow.
Whatever. Stop sulking.
Ugh.
We're going to figure it out. Why are you so sad? Why are you so bitter right now? Because we said no? Is that why?
I just thought I had a really good idea, and everybody said no.
And eventually, maybe down the road, it will be a good idea. Just for now, I don't want to risk anything. And we have information. We know where he's located. And Mary's idea was pretty solid. And if you really want a monster hunt, then go monster hunt. If that's what it comes down to it. Are you?
Yeah, like killing something make you feel better.
Is that what it is? Do you want to go hunt something?
I'm confused. I thought she was missing her parents.
Your parents take you.
I have a lot
hunting.
of feelings, okay?
I know it's your birthday soon.
Oh,
You want to go do something? I can take you out. We can go pick out a nice outfit for you if you want.
are we supposed to be saving money?
I don't care. It's your birthday.
We're supposed to be making friends, not saving money.
Well, yeah, that too.
So
Shopping does sound fun.
yeah, I kind of figured you'd like that.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a bath. Flies off again. Maybe kind of like hitting the wall a little bit as she goes up the stairs. Ow, shit.
Your bath, you just get water everywhere because you're blowing it everywhere. And then Brett comes in later and he just like heats it all up, evaporates it away.
Just saunas out.
Y'all have never seen Gail like this drunk before. Except living in this house.
No family, no birthday, no girlfriends, no classes.
Nope.
It sounds peaceful.
All right. And after a couple hours, the winters of Hill. Everyone
Oh no, it's doing the
maybe
cutting out
celebrating
thing again.
after
Yeah.
waking up, even if celebrating Gail's birthday, go and see some main tower. It's
Oh god.
pretty awesome.
Mav, let him know.
Oh,
Hey, you choppy.
I hate how like slow it goes.
We got so far. Yeah.
It's weird. It just like it starts slowing down and it's like how is this happening?
I feel like I'm trudging through quicksand.
I'm not even like my devices aren't connected to the internet besides my computer.
oh, hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
So funny. Help! It's again.
Yeah.
Don't
Seems
know.
to be okay now.
Like literally, I close Discord and open it, and it's like, all right, we're good.
We didn't even notice that you left. Like I didn't see you disconnect.
Yeah. I didn't see it either.
Because I'm so smooth. All right. So you guys would go on to have an amazing second Winter's Veil together as a group. Last year spending it with Gail and her family up at her home. Now in your guys' new home with just you your own little unique family. And you know, in the next couple of days, hopefully, Professor Onyx should hopefully show up. Gail, if you were to go reach out to Balin, is that something you'd be interested to do in the following days?
Nobody else seems to want to go with her. So she wasn't going to do it alone.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She really wants to, though.
Would anyone else have any other plans before, Onyx's plan to show up, hopefully in the days after the holiday? Last you heard before she bid you all farewell and left.
I mean, Brett thinks we should wait for the team captain, obviously Professor Captain Liliana, to get back, and then she can decide if we should pursue any other directions than we have now. That's the way he sees it.
Any other yays or nays to that? Is that the sort of verdict?
I'm down with that.
Would we have like the big game festival thing before she gets here?
Yeah, that was like on Winter's Veil.
Oh,
Not gonna RP that too much. It's just get to see like 4 pretty cool teams.
I was just gonna see if I could see Garther.
No,
obviously be packed. I just was like, well, maybe this would draw him out.
No, even if you were to like look around Nat 20, you don't think you could spot him in this like massive crowd that's here. Even in like some of the box seats, like they're just like stuffed with people. Like there's like so many people here watching the exhibitions.
Yeah, and I'm down waiting for Onyx for a little bit of a standstill. Short of being not discreet.
Might have been a chance.
Kellen's just kind of, doing his thing. He's working a lot. He's talking to a lot of his coworkers, just trying to figure out which one of them are quote unquote cool, who might have some connections. He's still banking on. I mean, he's kind of hyper fixated in one track mind. So he's still looking for the drug ring and stuff. Because I mean, rich people like drugs. Crazy rich people like drugs, right?
Fair. We'll see. You're getting to the point where you think you may have lined up 1, maybe 2 people that may have a plug, may not. I'm trying to play it as coy as you can. Haven't gotten any like clear green lights.
We'll just keep playing it cool.
Everyone still has it. Yeah, still just building rapport.
Yeah.
You're hanging out at the
not
tavern
pushing
when
anything,
they
not
are,
being too pushy or
after work,
anything, just,
before work. You're doing
just kind of like playing it cool, asking around, hearing some stories.
Yeah. I like it. All right. And so like Kellen be on board for waiting for Onyx to get here.
He's
to
playing it
do
cool,
anything
but
too
he's
drastic.
also always super hyper vigilant. Like if he ever sees anybody with he's always looking for L. So if he ever sees anybody that looks like L, he's gonna be very abrasive.
That's fair. You probably have startled a couple of like
Fuck are you doing
green-haired
here?
gnomes and halflings.
Oh, sorry. My mistake. I thought you were somebody else.
Sorry, I thought you were someone. Sorry. My bad. Okay. If everyone's on board, you guys would enjoy the holidays. The days after, you guys would begin going back to work. We'll say, someone roll me a D. We'll call it a D20. Someone roll me a D20.
He's gonna roll it.
Gail, since it's kind of her birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Roll me a flat d20.
Very middle of the road.
10. You guys would, do your best, put some feelers out. None of you like pressing too hard or being too revealing of anything. Just, always keeping an eye and an ear open just in case. Again, your goals being, maybe some form of like magic item or, concealment protection for Onyx for when she returns. So if she hasn't found something, maybe you guys have. Or a connection to Garther the Wise, trying to find some means of, getting in contact, communicating with, even just looking at this reclusive individual. And also just like seeding yourselves into like day-to-day life, sort of like blending in, creating a backstory and using this time to just build connections, meet people. And that's a large form of currency here you guys would sort of find. And as you guys are going about your lives, a few more days would pass after Winter's Veil. You hit about a week. And you hit 2 weeks.
Uh,
And then you guys would hit a month. And maybe some of you talk about it. Maybe some of you haven't talked about it. But another 2 more weeks would pass. A month and a half after Winter's Veil. All of you know that it's getting close to, what would be normally at the start of the school year. It's getting pretty close. And a month and a half after Winter's Veil, maybe that's when we cut again to the interior of this room here. Firstly, we need rent. I need 65 gold from y'all. Give me money.
Money.
13 apiece.
What about our wages?
So with the wages, okay, we'll do wages first. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm broke.
I'm broke.
That's what I heard.
It's fair. So we'll call this 6 weeks of pay. So for everyone with our standard jobs, it's gonna be 36 gold. And then Marius, I believe, is our only odd job fellow here. Was it 2 times 6? So 12d6 for Marius.
Gail also
Nice.
would have wanted to have
52?
sent a letter
52.
off, like shortly after Winter's Veil.
Ooh, where would this letter be bound to?
Mom and Dad, because she hasn't fucking told them shit.
Mom, is there a return address here?
No. So like, I imagine the scene before she writes the letter, she's like pulls out this letter that she's been like revising over and over again that like goes over every little detail of what happened. And then she's like looking at it and she takes her fingers and kind of puts the paper between it and just uses like shocking grasp to just catch the paper to light it, and she burns that, and then she writes a new, much shorter letter that's
Mhm.
basically just like I fear either the Auric is back or someone is using their methods to mess with chaos magic. Whatever you hear from the school is a lie. If I tell you more, it may put you in danger. I love you.
Ooh, okay.
And then she would like fold that up and like seal that with wax and use her little like family ring, to seal it. And then put that inside of another envelope to hide the family seal so that it's not obvious during travel, and just kind of just seal it with wax real shittily.
I like it. Smart. All right, you send that off shortly after Winter's Veil. I like it.
Do I need to spend money for that, or?
Nah, we'll say it all just sort of washes out. It's pretty cheap.
Okay.
Brett has Quent help cover his ass. So they'd probably
Fair.
talk through something.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I had the thought of like once we sort of got to this point ish, we'd probably get to like solo talks with everyone. Just have like
Hmm.
maybe just have everyone hop up to the friendly friends, and I'll pull everyone down one by one and just get like a headspace check, take some notes.
Ooh.
So we'll get to Brett and Quint. We'll get to Brett and Quint, as well as maybe Gail and like her letter as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, after this point, and you guys kind of, were like first talking about it, and like, okay, well, Liliana hasn't come back. What do we do now?
Hmm.
And then maybe after like this chat and like you guys deciding what you'd want to do, if anything different, we'll do like some solo talks, some catch up.
So we're first deciding what we want to do, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. It's kind of if there is any plans, change of plans. Been a month and a half since Winter's Veil. Liliana should have been back, days after the holidays, as she said.
Yeah.
I think
New-
Gail would be much more adamant now.
The new year is upon you all.
About
Be
monster
like, look,
hunting?
yes. Look, we aren't getting anywhere so far. We haven't heard jack shit. Liliana. So who's doing it with me?
I mean, maybe they're looking for
I mean,
more
I'll
people
join.
now. Fuck it. Like, maybe we should all go check it out, or any of us that want to. True.
Who knows? Maybe by now they're not looking for anybody.
Just any of us that want to go, because I don't know about you guys, but these jobs are, oh God, not great.
Yeah, Kelly, you're just like a
actually-
workhorse. Just all like whatever you want to work.
I'm actually starting to kind of like the Yonder and Back Supply. Like the owners are really nice, strangely. But like, yeah, I'm not really
I've
getting anywhere with that
made
place.
so much more money
Fine
doing
job, but
literally anything else.
also like at this point we may need to like spend some to try and get something so we can talk to Liliana because like I don't know, so like we need money. And it sounds like monster hunting might be where that's at. Along with potentially getting more connections with Garther.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well look into it. God, we've been here for so long, and who knows how much longer we're gonna be here. I could avoid having to go fucking be somewhere for 12 hours a day, doing the same fucking repetitive task over and over again. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah,
Wait, I'm sorry.
yeah. It's
12
rough.
hours?
It's just never ending.
My shifts are like 6. What the fuck? They literally tell me like, "Oh, you worked so
Literally
hard,
tell me
go
that I
home,"
don't
and I'm
work
like,
hard
"I
enough.
didn't break a sweat, but okay." What?
Don't let me leave you.
Very different work environments.
Do we still have anybody at Strixhaven that we know? Like Quinn or somebody? Or did he bail too?
Quint went home.
I know he was
Coward.
healing, but I don't know if he went back.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I would-
I don't know currently,
Mina,
like as a
Ingrid.
player, I don't know if he's going back to
Mina.
next year.
So if Mina's not talking to me, you fucking give me.
You would
And
know
Ingrid.
with Quint. So far, he's sticking to his like story that he sort of initially had, where he had memory loss, and so he's
Mhm.
all of his family, everyone that he's interacted with. It's just I don't I don't remember it. Oh, that's what happened? That's crazy. That doesn't sound like them. Oh, okay. I don't remember it, but he has full memory of it, especially after Brett helped him remember a lot of it.
Yeah, and he believed him.
Yeah, and so Quint, you and No kind of has like two options at the moment that you guys have like loosely talked about, especially since like it's coming up in a couple of days. But now that he's like much more healed, he's had a lot more time to heal. There's the option where he can either go to Strixhaven as an ignorant is bliss. Oh, that's what happened. That's crazy. He could be an inside man. Or there's a possibility he could use the tunnel network that opens up for students to travel to Strixhaven. He could use them to traverse to Port Starsail.
Oh.
Oh.
Come out to us.
Yeah, he could. He thinks he doesn't know exactly, but he thinks he could get close enough to where he could either get here or get a ship here. He's not sure of the exact network. He's still looking into it because they're deciding.
I don't know if that's a good decision, though, Bubby. You almost died, Bubby.
But if you think about it, then we won't need the sending stones anymore, and we can free them up for when we find Professor Liliana. And also, Quinn would probably be really good at helping us find her because he's so smart.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second here and just say, what if? I'm not saying that it's possible, but what if something happened to Captain Professor? She's not coming back.
Well, then this is our new home, I guess.
Mm.
Nope.
She didn't say anything about where she was going, right?
No.
Just when she'd be back.
She said she was going to stay on the move and likely stay off of Arcavios. The way if they are tracking her, it'd be extremely hard tracking across the plains using her gift.
Well, I would get Quint's opinion about which he would prefer. We don't really know what's going on inside Strixhaven, so it would be nice to have that access.
Oh,
But
I
if
would
it's bad,
I would say he I mean, especially after like some RP we had previously, he just wants any part to be useful. And he knows that like you guys are the ones like that are looking for help. So it's like you need me there to be helpful, I'm there. You need me at Strixhaven to be an inside man, I could do that.
yeah.
We need an inside man.
You would know at one point in time he was a pretty good liar. He had to be coerced to say things that he thought.
Okay. Think about it.
And so it's definitely in the group's hands or Brett's hands if Brett even wants to share that with the group at large. It's your call.
Not sure yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's just in the back of your head during all the convos and maybe not mentioning some of the aspects.
But it is like, what are we going to do about finding Professor?
I mean, I think our
don't
best
know.
option at this point would be, because you guys talk about magic and stuff all the time. There's probably like a locate like person, like spell scroll or something somewhere, right? Like this is a port trade town. Like there's stuff coming in and out of here all the time, and I could probably ask around some of the people at work, like, or well, I mean, some of the people that they might know. Like they know some pretty sketchy people that do some pretty sketchy shit.
As far as I know, that's more a more localized spell. It wouldn't really be helpful if she's anywhere else on this or any other plane. But potentially maybe something like scrying.
I don't know anything about like spells or
That's
anything,
fair.
but like something to that nature.
I
Spell
don't know
scrolls,
how to
right? Like those are a
perform that
thing.
one, but it's divination
Like
magic.
we could try.
Yeah. Again, spell scrolls
I
require
thought
money.
I thought we were on the same page. We were gonna go talk
Monster
though. Like go
hunting.
talk to what'd you say that guy's name was? I didn't catch it the first time. I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't really that interested.
Balin Colazo.
Calypso or something.
Oh, so yeah, so are we gonna go
Colazo.
see this Balin
Colazo.
guy, man? Like, you say Windbag? Anybody else? Anybody else interested?
Brett will go. We can potentially make more money.
Extra heavy exhale in your direction, blowing wind past you.
Because now we need more money, so it does kind of make sense to increase our risk because, like, we thought we were gonna rework this plan a while ago. We're not really making too much progress now.
Arius? Yes, you guys have any opinions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, any objections?
No, if you
Yes,
don't want
we'll
to, we
do
don't
it.
have to.
No, that's fine. If
Well,
it's group
let's
consensus,
hear
then yeah,
reasoning for
let's do
not
it.
doing it. Like I want all options out on the table, man. Like no reason rushing into anything. Clearly we're stuck here for who knows how long.
Well, no,
And we
you're
also
right.
didn't pay rent yet. Sorry.
I feel like I would just pay it and then you guys would pay me. So I
Yeah.
think that's yeah. So rent would be paid each month. You would just pay me.
Who was
But
it that
anyway,
found out the information about like the 5 families?
Brett.
Would you have shared that at all?
Yeah. Remember? We had a conversation about it, I think.
I just couldn't remember if you had said that.
Okay. I took my rent money out of my character sheet.
Please.
Yeah, I mean the Colazos seem to be, one of the upstanding families. Even if we don't, necessarily directly get in touch with Garther, sure, having a connection like that is a good boon.
right.
Also, if we get lots of money, we can just buy something to help us find Professor.
Oh, those are the 5 families. Okay.
So, my own curiosity's sake, I would ask around town about how much the scroll would cost.
Spell scroll, like of any particular value, or like specifically looking for like scrying.
The scrying one.
Let's see. Let me see here.
I guess I'm trying to see how much we actually need.
I think we might need a specific class to well, I mean, I guess anyone could really try, but right? But like specific classes have a better chance. Is that how it works?
Yeah. That would be 2,000 gold pieces.
Whew,
And there would
yeah.
be one available.
Oh my, I would share that with the group. Hey, so I did a little, looking around, and we're gonna be about 2,000 gold.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't have
Oh,
that.
I guess we're
So
monster
maybe-
hunting.
Yeah, we might have to take some risk,
Hopefully the
That's
reward's pretty
fine.
good.
but I wish we knew what was going on in Strixhaven.
I mean, I could try to contact Draz, but I don't know how I would go about doing that.
And
Letter.
I'm pretty
Old
sure Ingrid hates me, so
I don't know if Ingrid's really capable of hating anybody.
Unless you
they're, like,
really did a
evil.
number on them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mina, though.
Mm.
I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure Mina and I were like best friends. So I mean, if you wanted me to like reach out to her, Gail.
No. No.
Heck yeah, it all started with that bet that you lost her. It was awesome. That's how you became best friends. Mhm.
That's
Best
even worse.
of
Please no.
The best of friends. Actually, I think Aelity would try and reach out to Ingrid and just see where the headspace is at with that.
Ooh, let's save that for the solo talk.
I mean, but
Yeah.
also since
Yeah,
I
save
heard
that. That's awesome.
I mean, we heard
Mm.
that they kind of pinned everything on us. Maybe I probably shouldn't reach out to Draz. Probably not a great idea. Oh, he was my friend that
Who's
I worked
Draz
with in the
again?
lab that like did all those scans on all the stuff that all the testing on all that shit that we
Has
kept finding all over the place. He's really cool about it. Like didn't ask any questions. Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Guy.
Minotaur, right? Yeah.
Like I didn't really get to like explain anything and I just like left, so he probably thinks some weird shit, so
Hmm.
All right. So it's
I mean,
solved
yeah, how are you gonna reach out?
with with Aelity?
I mean, yeah, either for
I'm
Aelity
not doing
or
that.
to reaching out to
Not
Draz
reaching
or
out to
Kellen.
Tress. That's a bad
Oh,
idea. He just explained that that's a bad idea.
Oh,
It's like I didn't get to explain anything about what happened, and I
okay.
just left. And I asked him to like look at all this weird shit. He probably definitely thinks that we did shit.
All right. If there's nothing else, it sounds like the next day you guys will pursue a monster hunting gig.
Go to our interview.
Yes.
Go to your interview. Go try to find your interviewee.
So,
your
like, when we
interviewer.
get there, are we gonna kick down the
Go get
door?
interviewees.
Like, are we all going in a group as a group and being like, "Hey, motherfucker, hire us"? Like, I don't. How do we do this?
I
You
mean,
know,
well, like, um,
No,
I
no,
I
no.
definitely
That's.
don't
I
think we
thought
should
we were
kick
trying
down
to
the
like show
door.
strength and
Um,
prowess.
I'm sure they
yes,
will ask us
strong
how
arm
they
our way
want
into
us.
a
Not
job,
yet.
Kellen. That sounds awesome.
I'm sure they will ask us what they want us to show them for the assessment. But I did kind of say that we were somewhat of a group beforehand. well, a month ago, if they even remember at this point.
Maybe that'll work in our favor, but they don't remember.
I just know previously they were looking to hire more of an individual permanent kind of thing, but like they are looking to slowly expand the ranks. Maybe
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
looking
it's
for more
been
people
like a
right
month and a
now. I
half.
don't know.
Like, maybe they're looking for a few more people. Maybe they're looking to expand even more.
I also, now that I think about it, to prove a point, has Gail heard any talk really much about the Esquires around town? Like, do they seem like a big hubbub? People
Only a
talking about them? Is it a low profile?
D100, and you call it high or low?
Oof.
Always high.
Always high.
Wow.
No, not a peep. Brett's been the only one to report anything about the Esquires, and it's about that like Balin has come to like 1 or 2 performances, but his mother, Kara, has come to, at this point, probably like a handful. Maybe like one every week or so.
Literally, the most I've ever heard about these folks is from Brett, and the one sign I saw. I don't understand why y'all think it's so high profile.
No, it's high risk.
Well, yeah, I never argued that point. Just saying everyone was saying we want to keep a low
it's just like,
profile, and I'm like, what?
does the semantics of it really matter? Like, we're going now, Gail.
I know, I'm just saying. She just likes
Gail, I
being
know
right.
you just like being right, but just like, okay, here, I'll say it. I'll say it for everybody. I can't speak for everybody, but I'll just say it. Okay, Gail, you were right. There you go. Happy? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. As I guess we begin to clean up after dinner, everyone going about their nightly routines. The sun begins to get low after pretty hearty discussion. Um, what would Brett's like nighttime routine be, just for a little flavor's sake? Oh, you're muted, Bryce.
Yeah.
I thought I unmuted when I muted, so I was thinking so hard. I'm sure that he calls Quint whenever possible, especially because Quint doesn't always pick up, so you might as well try and just see. Otherwise, he probably goes through like mobility routines and stretches before bed.
Love that. What would Gail's night? Is she still drinking?
Probably not as much, but yeah, she's still drinking a bit. She's not getting as sloppy.
I love it. What's her nighttime routine looking like?
Take a bath before bed. Read a book. Wind down. Simple stuff.
Some simple stuff. I like it. What would Kellen's nightly routine be? Because it's starting to get pretty late, 10, 11 o'clock. Probably thankful you don't have to show up for your shift at the docks tomorrow.
heading to the after he hangs out with the crew and they figure out what they're doing. He's heading back to the sunny side.
Oh, the Sunnyside Tavern?
Talk to his peeps. Gather more
Nice,
information.
nice.
What does anybody know about the university library thing? Nobody's ever
No one has
y'all
any
never like
idea.
go
It's
over there,
Sunnyside,
never
but
been in there
it's
before, never like asked the building, nothing.
you're like talking to a bunch of dock hands. They're like,
And
nah.
guys, like I don't know. I
No,
passed
man.
by it and I'm just curious about what's in there, and so I was just wondering. I don't know.
It sounds like a very Kellen nighttime routine. We'll go over to Ailady. What's Ailady's nighttime routine?
That's a good question. What would she do? I think she'd probably just brush her teeth. Honestly, probably try and contact Phineas to see if she can. Just for like quick seconds, just to see if she can make that connection.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably tidy up the house before she would go to bed because she knows Gail's very messy. And she would probably before she'd fall asleep kind of look out of her window and kind of miss home a little bit. That'd probably be like a daily thing. Look out one of her windows. Yeah, that's too crazy.
Yeah, pretty calm, relaxing.
Mhm.
And then for Mr. Marius, we'll do ours solo. For your nighttime routine, my good sir, we will start our
Oh,
solo
no.
chat.
Whatever.
Oh god.
Get out here, nerds.
So
Am
we'll
I
I'll
do
good
tell
like,
to
you.
go on the porch and smoke?
yeah, I was about to say we can do like a quick fiver real quick too before as well. While everyone drifts up to friendly friends.
Okay, then I will tell you who I like least.
There we go. The real dirt.
There you go, too. It's
I'm
like the
looking
behind the
for.
scenes.
Alright, have fun with Craig.
Craig, my boy.
Cute Craig.
All right, I'm gonna go get a quick bevy. I'll
Yeah.
be with
I'll burp.
you, senor. All right. So after wrapping up dinner with everyone else, you would look out one of these ground floor windows and see that the cityscape itself, the neighboring buildings are like super lit up. After maybe cleaning up, maybe not, you head outside, look up, and it is like a full moon out. So what would your like nightly or maybe other nightly or like what's your like moon bathing / like meditation routine ever since you've been in I guess Port Star Sail itself? Like yeah. And yeah. And like tonight's probably one of those nights where like right before you start cleaning up after meditation, you're just sort of like vibing and like looking around like right after it's done. And everything just looks like picturesque. Like uh, after a minute, maybe almost too picturesque. Everything is still. And you sort of look back up at the moon and almost like as if far away but in front of it still, like lit up to where it's only a silhouette. You see like a matronly looking figure. No details can be seen. It's almost like the light is just too bright, her figure not being shown whatsoever. It's just this like almost like shadow and light, but beautiful. Her like wavy attire, like waving. See what could look to be maybe long hair. Um, a like strange mirror, almost of like what was beckoning you in that strange mind space that you were in with Brett. That figure was this dark, almost like dripping, shadow, like feminine form, like reaching out. This one is a shadow, but welcoming, not daunting and fearing like the other one. A voice sort of echoing out as if behind you for a moment maybe causes you to look behind you, but there's nothing there. But the voice would still echo out. You've shown dedication. You've shown truth. Do you believe this to be true? Do you think you've done all that you can do? And that is all I can ask. Truth. Staying to the path. Guiding those that need guidance. Because of your hand, you've helped keep your friends together. I've seen. I've watched. You care. And it shows you wish to keep them on the true path. Keeping them from paths you've wandered. Very well. I have not only seen that, I've seen the joy you bring in song, in merriment. Use that. Wield it. Do what you can to keep to the path. Guide those that need guidance. Follow the moon. Ever changing, shifting, but always there. And as you maybe go for a response, maybe a movement, maybe you have a hard blink, you come to and it's like you just awoke from your meditation. You can hear some clatter, some like loose shouting going on from somewhere in the city. Some seagulls like chop up out of a large like bush, like tree nearby, just fly off. It's a little wind begins to hit you. It's not quite as cold as it has been. It's like slowly getting warmer, but so like awakens you. Um, we'll say thematically, you know, whether you do, whether you don't. Some nights maybe you bring your loot. Other nights maybe you don't. And this particular night, you did bring your loot, and it would be in front of you. And it would maybe take a second in like the moonlight as you sort of take it in, but it's changed. Your loot is different. It is altered. as you have been gifted a loot of illusions. And the picture is pretty true. The only difference would be on the head would be like a large crescent moon. So feel free to add that, attune to it if you so choose. And so that'll maybe help with performances in some way, shape, or form. Uh-huh. Yeah, you use prestidigitation. You got I mean, either or. You could use either or. Yeah, you could have like a whole thing going on. Wait till you get my new act, my new show. Uh, and again, the next day, you guys are setting out to go to a few good kegs. But how has the past, I mean, 2.5 months in Port Starsail been? How's Mary's been? Mhm. Mhm. That's fair. That's like something he's, like, hoping for. Uh, so at Bobo's place, your sort of, like, main go-to, your main source of revenue. Who's, like, your guy there? Is it, like, a regular? Is it, like, a worker there? Is it, like, a fellow performer? Who's, like, your main contact that you think you've, like, built the most rep with and they have the most, like, trust in you? Ooh. That's awesome. Who's the regular? Like, at least give me like a name, maybe like a race, kind of what you're picturing, maybe. Vibe it out, vibe it out. I mean, I can always leave it blank if you want me to just like throw it at you one day. Mm. I like that. Maybe he's like, as I say, dock manager. I like that. So maybe like middle aged. Say in their 40s. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what's this regular's name? It's Water Genasi dock manager. Yeah, it's pretty open. He always could have adopted a new name when he got here, depending on his past. Yeah. And then our bartender, he'll be a half orc. We'll say he's kind of the most veteran bartender here. He's the most like regular, most grizzled. He's worked at a few other spots, so he's kind of more go with the flow, laid back. Views you more like a coworker, more chill. Ooh, how do we spell Coburn? Okay, Coburn. Stillwater. That's so funny. And our bartender's name will be Tur, the half orc. He's like, mid 30s. He has no idea. You guys like knew each other like that. All right. If there's nothing else, I'll send you up there and go steal one of them. Ooh, who do you want to send down there? That's what I'll do. You have to pick someone to send down. Oh yeah. I figured that was just like stationary. You just like kept it in your back pocket. That's fair. It's a fair call. Yeah, it was just kind of this, and I figured we'd pick up the. It's like the perfect setup for like a new adventure. The adventure party showing up to the tavern in search of someone. That's what I was thinking. That's how it all sort of lined up. All right, thank you, my lord. Oh, hello. Uh, okay. So with Brett, your nightly routine, like you're talking about, trying to talk up Quint. He doesn't answer at first. So you sort of go about your stretches and your various workouts and calisthenics. And then eventually sort of like work yourself down, go to bed, as you're sort of getting comfy. The sending stone that you like always keep on you sort of glows and thrums ever so slightly, and you get a message in your head from Quint. Oh, hey babe. Sorry, I meant to answer earlier. I was talking to family stuff. Oh, I meant to tell you, that I found it. I finally found one. We were kind of worried about it because it was kind of a factor, but I got one. I was able to get my hands on this amulet, and it essentially like when you wear it, and you're like a part of it, whatever that's called. I always forget. Attuning when you're like, yeah, it like hides you from being detected. I think that's probably the same as the scrying thing. I'll need to double check to make sure, but everything I heard, this was right, and I was able to swipe it from the inventory. I don't think that Pearl saw me. I think. I hope not. Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I sort of like heard it go off. I sort of heard it in my head, and I was like, oh, I wish I could respond. It was like not gonna lie, for the first like couple of weeks, it was like kind of startling, but it's kind of comforting at this point. I don't know. It's like having a little voice in your head. I don't know what Phineas is so upset about when he's always complaining about Aelody. I mean, I think it's fine. I don't mind it honestly. That's a fair point. That's a good point. How are they, by the way? I mean, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Phineas is just. You said he was a bird? Is that right? That was a while ago. I didn't really ask too many questions. Sure, I wouldn't. I'd do the same thing. It seems if that's what she says, that's what she says. We trust friends. All right, you said that. Trust friends. We accept friends. I mean, I was I had to pretend a little bit ago that I didn't remember some of those. So I had they're like, well, what do you remember about that? I was like, I think it was I can't remember what I said. I thought said it was about some prince going to something. They're like, no, it was a king. I was like, oh, that's right, my memory. So stupid. I just like pepper it in sometimes. Just like I try. Honestly, it's hard. It's hard to remember. Honestly, to tell them that I forget. Yeah. I mean that makes sense. Actually, I know we had talked about it. Um, I mean, now that I have it, I mean, maybe this is too risky. I don't know. Feel free to tell me not. What if I use the portals and oh wait, how would I get back? Never mind. Okay. Um, I need to figure out the portal network. Okay, that's the first thing. But if I can figure out if there's a portal to Pinzari, like in there that would like lead to campus, I can take some of the portal networks, get to Strixhaven, go back through some of the other portals. It may be kind of weird. We'll figure out the timing. Uh, and then I could just step out in Pinzari, and then I could give you this amulet thing that I got, and then you could have it for Professor Onyx, right? You said you needed something for her or Liliana. I always do that. Sorry. That's fair. That's I get why you guys have so many names for her. It's just easier to just have an arsenal of them, so you just have something you can say that everyone relates to. Right. I know that. Um, okay. If I do go back to school, I could just try studying that stuff, right? I'll just when I pick some of my classes, I'll make sure it's like I don't know whatever applies to finding people or teleporting. I don't know what, but I'll get good at it, and then I'll have something to do. I'm pretty sure all the portals are on campus. I don't know if you guys go into Strixhaven is a great idea. I don't know. I mean, if that's what you guys think Liliana would do, I think maybe that's a good call. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I guess they could come. I mean, it's just we just got to make sure that the portal network. There's actually one there. I don't know if there is. I mean, it's only loosely a part of the ATA. I don't know. Yeah, I was. Yeah, about that. I'm I'm kind of different now. Haven't talked a lot about it. Um, I don't know. No one in my family really talks about it, but my hair's different and my skin's different. Taste is different. Uh, the best way I can describe it is the same way I did before. Just feel cold, and stuff doesn't taste as good. Uh, Good things don't feel as good. Besides talking to you, it's like the best part of my whole day. Um, but I don't know. I figured I should prepare you for that either way, whether we meet or not. Yeah. It's just good to know. I mean, I'm not. It's not like anything like crazy, but like uh, the the best way that some of the uh, physicians, the clergymen that came by, the best way they could put it to my parents that the closest thing they could compare me to was something called a revenant. Well, it's like an undead. It's like alive but not alive, and that's the best that they can talk about it. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly. That's like the again, like the literal best part. But it's just I don't know. I found it out a while ago, and I feel bad not telling you about it sooner. But the closer it got to us deciding if I went to school or saw you, it's all like it's all I could think about that I should tell you, and so I did tell you. Kind of late again. Sorry. Like right away. I mean, you would have. I mean, yeah, you would have been like, "Hey, why do your I don't know, why does your my eyes don't look as bright?" And my mom said it once, and she never said it again. She said it was she said it on accident. Exactly. I mean, I'm the same, just different. But it's fine. It's a lot of, like, outside stuff, right? It's all yeah. Sure, yeah, yeah, I'll start looking into I guess I should start with scrying magic, figuring out oh god, yeah, it's not okay. Yeah, I'll start diving into it, see what I can find. That's right, you did say there was a thing you wanted to buy, Marius found. That's right. Okay, yeah, if you get yeah, we'll see who gets there first. See if I if I can figure out scrying magic before you can buy a scroll. Grace you to it. Bet I beat you there. You're so fast. Can only imagine you said you were like basically getting beat up every day for like 2 months. That's what it sounded like. I don't know. You guys would probably like dawdle on like talking and just like little like catch ups for probably like an hour as you're just like in bed. And with that, that tomorrow you guys are hoping to go to this tavern, speak to this guy that you have sort of heard about in the theater, this Balin Colazo fellow. Um how has the past, I mean, God, it's been 2.5 months at this point, a month and a half since Wintervale, and you guys were there for about a month at Wintervale. So yeah. How has the past 2.5 months in uh Star Sale been for Brett? Mhm. fair. Yeah. I would say, you maybe do learn of 1 or 2 parties like that where, they would either invite, like, notable, athletes in the area, so, like, some mage tower folk, that most of them are, like, kinda borderline celebrities, but you've seen some of them at some of the community games as well. And not only that, but also like yes, some of the theater troupe for some performances to help with ambiance or the like. Some with even like small actual performances that take place. Um, and you would learn that they exist, but you would like have a hard time like kind of getting your way in. It's kind of tight circles. They are very well paying gigs. Um, so it's like you learn of their existence, and you know that, if you kinda keep working, like, at the theater and those, like, troops and, like, schmooze them, you could, like, maybe work your way in. Because you know that there is, some sorta it's either a banquet, maybe it's a ball. It's hard to get exact details because it seems like a little bit out at this point, but there is, like, rumblings of some big event, in the coming months, maybe? So maybe a little bit later on in the year, maybe just like a month or 2 from now. It's very, like, vague talkings of like, "Oh, I hear they're already getting ready for the event, da 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 da." So you do learn that there is an inn there, and that there is rumblings of a big event at some point. I love that. I love that. I love that. Just keeping your eyes and ears open for it. I love it. That's fair. In probably in a much more innocent manner than fun, less like a weapon. Yeah. I mean, that'll probably be it. If anyone's around, like, yeah, there may be, like, a little tiny bit, but nothing crazy. Like, the only closing bit would be, like, ending, like, on the next morning with all of you sort of, like, waking up and, like, getting ready and all of you, like, heading over to a few good kegs, and that's probably where we'll end it. So I was telling Chad that, like, that's, like, the perfect start to an adventure, right? Is like an adventuring party heading to the tavern looking for someone. That's perfect. And if you're good, I'm good. Because that would kinda be the gist of it, is that you know that Quintilius has an amulet, so he can come here and be safe, or, he's willing to come here, drop it off, and try to make his way back if the portal network, supports it. I love it. I love that. So at the moment, Quint will head to campus. That's his plan. He has the amulet just in case. Good backup. He probably will wear it secretly if you guys aren't gonna, like, get it, or if he's not gonna drop it off, he'll just, like, keep it on all the time. Makes sense. Makes sense. Especially when a bunch of people already have that ability. Might as well keep it somewhere where it's like still good, still safe. It's a real bitch to lose that because like once it's attuned, it's like, oh, I'm never finding that again. Fuck me. That's fair. That's fair. I get that. It's getting late. It's getting late. Well, so you go to bed. I think we got all the bits. If I missed anything in my notes, I will double check with you. Sweetness. I was about to say it's your call. Anyone but Chad. Good night. See you next time. That's fair. That's fair. And feel free to pass on to them any info that you would like in character or out of character. All right. Bye. Oh, hello, Mave 10. Fair. That's fair. Okay. So Gail, doing her nightly routine, getting in bed. Probably have like a flashback montage of the letter you wrote a month and a half ish ago. Um, so in the letter, you detailed everything about the auric, whatever the school says is a lie. You did a good job sort of concealing it, sort of double stacking the real envelope and like a dummy, like sort of plain, basic, sturdy envelope. What else did you include in there? Just so my notes are fully updated. Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. And this is and did Gail put any of like her name or anything besides the family seal, or is the family seal supposed to be like the giveaway? Yeah. No return address. Um, fair. Fair. Um, and with Mina and Ingrid, did you leave your bracelet behind? Or do you still have it on you? Okay, just making sure. Yeah, we'll say ever since the him joining, then we're Gucci. So we keep that. So since you've had the bracelet on you, have you reached out to Mina or Ingrid at any point? What would your 25 word message be? And to whom would it be directed? I think it's broadcasted to everyone, I think. So what would our 25 word message be? Fair. Yeah. You got like maybe 2-ish weeks, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. You'd have to double check, but it's about 2 weeks. I get it. Maybe we'll say it's this night, the night you guys decided to go be monster hunters, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Uh, roll me a D100, and this one is not high or low. I mean, you want it to go high. You want the number to be high. 2 5s on a D100 roll. That's crazy odds. You do not hear a response. Yeah, as you sort of like hang out, maybe as you like, you put on the bracelet, attune to it in bed, and like use it as you like put, a thoughtful message out, making sure it's in the word count, and sit there and wait and wait, and you sort of count like another hour, hour and a half going by, and you eventually go to sleep. Wake up in the morning, hear some people moving around downstairs, can sort of smell some cooking. You look at the bracelet, still attuned to it. No words woke you up, and definitely would have if you would have got a message. All right, and this is sort of the morning of you guys heading out to go hopefully try to find Balin, heading over to a few good kegs at tavern. You can hear like a few of your party members are downstairs. Someone's making some kind of food or burning something. It smells good, whatever it is. I mean, it could have been like a good burn. You never know with Brett. And you start going through your little morning routine. And be like a montage of days past. So how's Gale been collectively for the 2.5 months here in Port Starsail? Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I mean, at least over a month. Like, you guys expected maybe like a week after the holidays, maybe 8 or 9 days would be kind of normal. But once it reached 2 weeks, you guys all sort of knew without saying out loud that that's not good. Yeah, yeah. You'd probably hear like that morning as you'd like Gail would be getting ready, heading downstairs. Like Brett would probably be talking about it, either like at breakfast or while you guys were heading out. He probably would catch everyone up as he learned about it. No, he stole it. He he swiped it from his parents' store. Uh, I mean, their current talks. I don't know if Bryce has talked about it. But maybe you schmooze it out of him, or maybe you could guess. But you have a feeling that he would probably ask Quinn to go to Strixhaven to have a man on the inside. Maybe that's kind of one of the options. Yeah, that's kinda like one of the options, like, he can try to get it to you guys somehow, um, or he can, like, keep it on him, so that's sort of, like, up in the air still. You guys have some time to still figure out, like, how you wanna get it to you, or, like, if he even is going to Strixhaven, or if he could try to find a way to you guys using the portal network if it allows, because they need to figure out if there even is a Strixhaven portal in, Port Starsail. They're not even sure. Yeah, that was sort of the last rumblings, and you probably hear that morning, I would imagine. I love that. We could see a new set of Gale. It's fair. I can't trying to emulate elements of his workout. I like it. All right. Is there anything else for Gail? Any other like tidbits? You wrote the letter. You've been working through some stuff. You're kind of finally coming to a point where it's like, listen to me. Like we're finally doing my plan. It's gonna pay off. I know it's gonna pay off. You shut up. We could do this. I love that. It's on the checklist. I love that. I love that. Go for this good one, just take off 1 gold. You get a new smut book. So you got it like at some point. You guys have been here for 2.5 months. All right, got it down in the notes. If there's nothing else, feel free to hop back up and send down Chance or Benny. That's fair. Hell yeah. Stay in shape. Benny and Chance, yeah. Send down the next victim.
Wild chance has appeared.
Oh, is it a wild Chance-a-roni?
Hello.
Hello, wild Chansu. Uh, all right. So with Kellen, over the past year, this second year at Strixhaven, you've kind of grown a lot, learning about a lot of stuff at school, as well as learning about, the last words of your brother to you. Uh, all that while, training on campus, then traveling across Arcavios, sort of honing your combat skills. And now that you've finally been in the Pinzari Isles, for this long, you finally feel like, at least you're somewhat close to finding the Auric, hopefully, or at least a
Right.
way to stop them, one way or another. But, in the back of your mind, maybe you haven't been thinking about it too much. Maybe this particular night, yeah, the night after you guys decide to kind of become, monster hunters, mercenaries, blades for hire, hopefully seeking to meet this Balin character you've heard about. In the back of your mind, it maybe lingers that now you're pretty close to the place your brother was hoping to travel to before his yeah, his mysterious death, quote unquote. Renda. He said it was in an island somewhere out here in the Penzari Isles.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of close. Mentioned something, a
Okay.
brotherhood of some kind.
Okay.
Maybe lingers for a moment. And we'd have like a bit of a montage for Kellen as we sort of like pan through some of his like, past moments in the past 2.5 months here at Port Star Sail. How's he been
It's
adapting?
okay.
How's he been
Like
liking, life at the docks?
it's paying what it needs to, and it's doing what it needs to. He's enjoying the people that he's working with and stuff. So that's, I mean, you're only gonna like a job so much, but so yeah, he's been having an okay time.
That's fair.
Looking forward to meeting up with Balin,
Yeah.
seeing how that goes.
Roll me a D100. Let's see how much your coworkers and work sort of liked you. You
Ooh.
just want this one to be high, a high number. A 27. You definitely still have that new guy vibe. Everyone has like the kitty gloves when they talk to you. They over explain how to do simple jobs to you that you never mess up. They just assume you're gonna mess up. Half the people don't remember your name. There's like a couple of like one or two cool guys, but everyone else kind of sucks. And how else has he been sort of entertaining himself besides the Sunnyside Tavern?
He would actually be talking to people around town now that he's had this kind of thought in the back of his head kind of creep up in the back of his mind. He would start asking around town about what people know about Rinda and about how long of a travel away it is from here, and just stuff like that.
Ooh, that's fair. That's fair. And so maybe doing like a little bit of like, a little bit of investigating. Maybe it's that next morning, right before you guys head out. Maybe it's even like that night as everyone's sort of like finishing up, doing their nightly routines. Maybe you hop out to Sunnyside, maybe ask like a few questions to people, while you're there, like you mentioned. Let me see. Let me pull up my map here. So you would know that um, there are essentially like three major settlements here. You're easily able to pick this up from either people you note are travelers, because you have been here long enough to kind of pick out like locals versus like people who kind of stand out slightly. One of the nice sides about frequenting here so much. So maybe it's like pieced together from travelers and what you've learned, or talking to like coworkers or other like dock hands of other warehouses and other stations. It's just sort of three major settlements. Uh, there's a northern, a central, but Port Starsail is the southern. So it is like sort of the southernmost like major settlement, major city in the Penzari Isles. It's known as the Merchant's Haven. That's sort of its title that a lot of people don't know. So Port Starsail, the Merchant's Haven, is again on that south. And to the west, on this south shore, there's a small. It's not very big. Maybe like a couple miles in length. It's pretty flat top. No shores on it. It's like a big plain of earth just like plopped in the ocean that people have built this like small township and settlement that takes up the entirety of it, and it's just far off to the west there, and that's Renda. A little bit of info. The Water Hollow Brotherhood is sort of like gaining a little bit of info on them, and maybe like hearing it a little bit about the Water Hollow Brotherhood. You know they kind of have this head guy, Father something. You haven't been able to recall his full name. We call him Father a lot. He's like a former head of the Dragon Guard. Um, the Brotherhood's been around for like 75 plus years. Like rumors it was around even before that, but only notable past 75 years. A couple fathers have come and gone. This most recent guy has done a lot of really good work. Um, he has a really prominent right hand man that does a lot of stuff for him. More of like a figurehead. They sort of control Rinda. They sort of took possession of it like 45-ish years ago after the Brotherhood got kind of big enough. They're kind of shady. They're known to be a little roguish when necessary, though over its 75 years plus of being around, they've kind of gone from being kind of like pirates and thieves to like kind of like shady businessmen that like practice within the rules a little bit, but they are not recognized by anyone or anything official, but they try to very much act accordingly, though they're
Okay, and so I
still not
knew that
looked
my
at too
brother
favorably.
was going there or went there.
He was hoping to go there. From what you recall, he was hoping to go there. He recorded this message for you. In the recording, he looked packed and ready to go. After he ended the spell, you believe that he was stopped on the way out, possibly by some assailants, was
Right,
killed,
right.
and then was set up to look like a suicide. And so you believe that he was hoping to go to the Water Hollow Brotherhood for not only protection, but hopefully to help them persuade them to hopefully go after the Croakers in some way, shape, or form, whether that be for the nefarious things you guys would think they were doing or for the possible like stuff they were pushing around you guys were guessing at.
I think with that information in hand, he would try to find a way to head west. He'd probably
Ooh, like he would leave,
take a
set out.
little hiatus. Yeah.
Ooh, like leave behind a note. Ooh. In Discord, you should open up a message and you should write out like a little note that you leave behind.
Just send it to you. Or do you want me to send it in main chat? Okay.
No, you send it to me. Yeah, don't post it in main chat, and then I'll make a little handout.
How do you spell Rinda?
REN apostrophe DA.
It was the Brotherhood of...
Water Hollow Brotherhood. I will make a handout of it now, my lord. This was quite a curveball I did not foresee.
He has some character growth that he needs to go through. He's been really fucked up and shaken ever since all of the shit at Strixhaven has happened. He's been like super second guessing himself, just like in his own head, just on the right frame of mind. So I think that he needs answers. He needs to find himself. And since we're this close, he can't pass up an opportunity like this. Who knows when or if he'll ever
That's
get
fair.
a chance to
That's
do it
fair.
again.
Well, here, while we're sitting here, do you want to start thinking of a
Absolutely.
fill-in character?
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
a monster hunter. Let me see. Here you go, sir. There's that wiki dot. Feel free to poke around. And then if you want to keep
Definitely.
that hush hush after
Yeah,
Benny's
definitely.
done and we're all back together, I'll drop the bomb.
Oh, it's too bad that Bryce is gone already.
Fuck yeah.
Ah.
All right. Go. I know. It's I'll have to message her because I mean we made like a little like pre-recording like catch up of everyone doing their thing. I'll probably talk to you about like actual like setup. That way you're also sort of like in the know. You can sort of be like in on it.
I'll start brainstorming and fill-in.